You do, this bud's for you. By Toyota, who invite you to see all the 1982 Toyota cars and trucks at your local dealer. Oh, what a feeling to drive a Toyota. By the people in your town who bottle delicious Coca-Cola. Have a Coke and a smile and enjoy this game refreshed. By Eastern Airlines, who believe we have to earn our wings every day. By Canon, so advanced, Canon is the world's leader in 35mm photography. And by Cable News Network, the world's only 24-hour live news television network.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Fred Hickman, Skip Carey welcoming you to a night of Atlanta Hawk basketball from what is billed as the Fabulous Forum in Los Angeles, where tonight the Hawks and the Los Angeles Lakers will get together for the first of 2 times this year.
It's a 212 yards.
That's Marcus Allen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't mean to stop talking there, but there's a Heisman Trophy winner for you, Marcus Allen. And he gets an ovation here in Los Angeles. Anyway, both teams very crippled up for this game. The Lakers will play without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and without Mitch Kupchak, who has a broken leg, will be out for from 8 to 10 weeks. Atlanta has very doubtful Dan Roundfield and Tree Rollins. Here are your lineups. Let's listen in.
Chris.
Well, let's not listen in because it's not the lineups. They're introducing the entire Atlanta roster. So we'll wait a minute, and that'll give you a chance to say howdy, Fred. Howdy, Fred.
Howdy, Fred. How are you? Good talking to you. No, you were talking about the Lakers injury situation, and it is pretty grim for them. It happened all of a sudden. Thursday night, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar went down with a jammed ankle, and then last night with Kupchak, I guess it was a really freak injury at San Diego. Nobody really knows what happened. He made a move and took what they term a long step and just messed the leg all up, and he's going to be in a cast for the whole shot.
Now here is the Atlanta starting lineup.
3, Eddie Johnson. At guard out of Villanova, number 2, Rory Sparrow. At forward from LSU, number 40, Rudy Macklin. At forward from Central Michigan, number 32, Dan Roundfield. And at center from Washington University, number 10, Steve Hawes. Hawks trainer Joe O'Toole, assistant coaches Mike Fratello, Brendan Sewer, and Fred Carter, and the head coach Kevin Lockery. Now introducing the Los Angeles Lakers. A guard from Rutgers University, number 5, Eddie
This is unbelievable.
Jordan.
They play 41 home games there, and they introduce their entire... This is like the Academy Awards, I guess.
Arizona State, number
Well, I'll
54.
tell you who's going to start for them. We think Magic Johnson and Keith Wilkes up front. Cooper and Nixon at guard, and Jim Brewer will be pressed into service as a pivot. Paul Westhead used to be their coach, is no longer. Pat Riley now has that job. And we'll be back with the play-by-play story right after this. That was Miss Joey English with our national anthem, and she, among other things, has a great set of pipes, vocal cords. Well, Earl Strom and Mike Mathis are our officials, and you see them there. Happy-looking duo, aren't they? Strom on the right, Mathis on the left. And we're about ready to go, and we sincerely hope you'll enjoy it. Roundfield and... Roundfield will start for Atlanta. How much he'll be able to play, we don't know. Dan was very negative about playing at all this morning. He's really hurting.
Yeah, he's sore. Sore legs, sore left thumb.
But by the same token, the Lakers are really crippled up now. They have no centers at all, and Big Jim Brewer out of the University of Minnesota, a sociology major, by the way, and a very intelligent guy, will play the pivot. He's been around this league a while. He's been a starting forward in the league for many years, and he knows how to play the game. And with Rollins hurting, he doesn't give away much when it comes to height, and is probably stronger than Steve Hawes. You see the big man, Kareem, on the Laker bench. Magic Johnson starts at forward tonight, so now he's played all positions for this team. He played forward for them last night as well. This is Wilkes against Macklin. In and out. And I don't know what Magic was doing there, but it didn't work.
And one of his better assists.
Roundfield comes in firing. It rattles, but won't drop. And Magic heads the other way. Nothing fancy that time, just a 2-point field goal, and it's 2-0 Los Angeles. We are just underway from the fourth.
Got to do something tonight, Skip. It's been a tough road trip so far for these Hawks.
Losing is one thing, but getting embarrassed is something else altogether. Fast Eddie for 3, and he got him. So Eddie Johnson, who had his season's high at 29 last night, gets Atlanta off to a good start. 3-2 our score. First game I've ever seen where the first basket by a team was of the 3-point variety. Jamal Wilkes. Knocked loose by Mackler. That's Norm Nixon out of Macon, Georgia, missing that shot. And Rory Sparrow from Eddie. That won't go. Boy, what a pass by Johnson that time. Wilkes followed it up. Well, that's not so good for Atlanta as Cooper converts, and it's a 6-3 game.
Now, Cooper's used to bench duty, coming off the pine and doing what he has to do, the big spark plug for this club, but he can respond in a starting role as well.
Magic made that play, and he gets it back from Nixon. Sparrow hits the other way. Both teams played last night. The Lakers won in San Diego, while Atlanta was losing in Oakland. Look at them zip that ball around. The veteran Brewer can still pedal up and down that court. And it is 8-3. 9.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Both clubs coming out on the fly, running the break a lot.
Boy, the defense Los Angeles is throwing up is almost as good as their fast break. The foul is on Macklin, who will shoot 2, and the Hawks say had better be careful because this Los Angeles team is pumped up. And they're liable to blow you right out of here if you don't start playing better.
Yeah, this team is not third best in the league, one loss-wise, for no reason. And that gentleman right there, Silk Wilkes, is a big reason why. He had 33 against San Diego, just one short of his season high. It's a real catalyst for this team.
He gets better every year, this fella. And he wasn't bad when he came in the league.
You know, one of the big keys to stopping this Laker ball club is to shut off Norm Nixon. He makes a lot of things happen out there, pushes the ball up the floor.
Norm out of Duquesne and out of Macon, GA. Born and raised.
On the all-underrated team in the NBA.
Well, he's had a very difficult assignment here in Los Angeles, and I don't know if they appreciate what he has done for them. Something like 23 guards he has played with in 3 or 4 years. He was their point guard, their quarterback, till Magic came. Then Magic took that job over, and then Magic got hurt last year, and Nixon got it back, and then Magic's back this year. And now he's the quarterback again because Magic is a forward. It went off of Nixon. Charlie Chris, who has checked in, made a good play.
Charlie with the quick defense just gets enough of a hand in there, but Nixon with the quickness almost managed to keep that ball in bounds.
Charlie is very adept at that because of his lack of height. Eddie beats his man and gets the driving hoop. Brewer got there a split second late. So Eddie has all the Atlanta points, and it's 10-5 Los Angeles. It's going to be against Atlanta, and that brings Kevin Lockery storming down the sideline.
It's going to be on Rudy Macklin, and Rudy has had some trouble the last couple of ball games, early getting into foul trouble, 2 and 3 in the first period or so, and that limits his time coming off the bench and limits what he's able to do.
Jamal Wilkes over Macklin. They'll go to him now as Rudy's in early foul trouble. And Wilkes has 6, and the Lakers are off to a flying start. They lead at 12-5. Sparrow's first tour of duty was a short one, and another Atlanta turnover, and the Hawks are not playing well at all in the early going. And to that end, they call timeout. Timeout on the floor with 7:56 remaining in the first quarter, and your score. Los Angeles 12, Atlanta 5.
Broadcasting rights granted by the Atlanta Hawks Limited and is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game in whole or in part without the express written consent of the Atlanta Hawks Limited and the Turner Broadcasting System is prohibited. The announcers for this event are employed by Turner Broadcasting System with the approval of the Atlanta Hawks Limited.
Wilkes again, and he's got 8. You're starting to talk like me. You're spending too much time around me. 14-5 the score. Los Angeles on top. John Drew about to check into the Atlanta team, I think. The Munchkin, Charlie Chris, checks in with a hoop, and all 7 Atlanta points are from their back line with Kareem not in the game, and that doesn't give you a whole lot of confidence in the way things are going.
And you know Kevin Lockery wants to get this thing respectable right now. You don't want to play catch-up with this.
Although talking to some of the Golden State people last night, and this is the only game of the NBA I know they're watching tonight, they were saying about Los Angeles they will play these great 4 or 5 minute stretches as they're doing now. That was Cooper with the block. But they always seem to let you back in the game, so don't give up the ghost yet. Johnson, a 6'9", normally guard. 6'8 and a half, I guess. Michael Cooper didn't miss by much. Cooper, very interesting story. He was not a good shooter at all in college, and he credits his wife. He would go to the playground early in the morning when nobody was around, and she would go with him, and he would shoot, and she would retrieve shot after shot after shot, and he made himself a good shooter and now a 6-figure performer and big numbers in the NBA.
And he shoots for good percentage, too. Not all of it's inside. Wilkes the same way.
Eddie threw up a bomb, and a quick release by Cooper against the smaller Chris. That's like shooting fish in a barrel for Cooper.
Now, if there's anybody who can get up the floor quicker on the break, I don't know many of those individuals. Cooper is just explosive. As we said at the top of the game, his main role with this Laker team is to come off the bench and provide that instant firepower. Via the spurts of points we were talking about a little earlier. He's a big reason for that.
Cooper has 5. The voice of the Lakers, Chick Hearn, has a great line on him. He's very slender. Says, well, there's another Magic Johnson steal. This is no longer fun. It's 19-7. He says that Cooper is so skinny that when he takes a shower, he has to put the plug in the drain or just...
He goes down with the water.
On out. John Drew checks in with a hoop. Nobody's ever said that about me. Magic at the other end may have walked, and he did.
He knew it. Knew it right away.
Magic would like to have Earl Strom fired now, but his influence has not yet reached the National Basketball Association office, so Earl continues to work.
Watch the Brew, watch the Brew.
Is that the way it goes?
Brewer with a great effort, even though he came up empty, and the shot clock did not cycle back, and now Atlanta had, now wait a minute, they may change that. They may say that he had possession, and they do. And so the 24-second clock goes back to the full 24, and Atlanta will bring it up the floor again. Good effort by Brewer.
Looked very good against San Diego last night. Played a strong board game.
He is a very strong human being. And another guy who knows his role. Hawes came up short. Magic must have 6-7 rebounds already. Cooper drew the foul from round field as he missed. It grieves me to say it, but Los Angeles appears to be much more hungry about this game than is Atlanta.
Yeah, I think so. And even though they're coming off the big win last night, look at Cooper get up. He's got that good leaping ability and hang time, which allows him to draw that foul against Andy around here. A lot of guys would have had that thing blocked in their face.
Cooper has 6, and it's 20-9. As a team, the Lakers 5 of 5 at the foul line. Brewer with that steal, but Hawes gets it back, and Eddie with a good fake gets the hoop. So bad play worked out well for Atlanta, and Eddie has 7. 21-11 is our score. Brewer from Nixon.
And that's what Stormin' Norman does so well. Keeps his eyes open and looks for that open guy.
He is, without question, the most popular Nixon in Southern California.
Go get him.
Drew against Wilkes. Minus ball. Boy, they are active on.
And you know, a guy who can pass like Nixon can really gratifies the big guys for hustling up and down the floor.
Traveling on John Drew. Well, maybe it'll get better. 4:08 remaining in the first quarter. It's been all Los Angeles. Magic almost walked again. He posts up on Roundfield. There's his hook. What a shot. He's got 6.
Comes up a little lane there on the left leg, it looks like.
Charlie has his second win for the night. Well, we hit a 20-footer and they shoot a layup. It's going to be a long night if that keeps up. It's 27-13. Hawks can't get the ball inside at all. It's all perimeter. And here come those thoroughbreds again. Brewer on the back of Roundfield, who comes up limping again.
We're going to take another look at Cooper's dunk. We missed the first pass coming in there. It was a dandy from midcourt. One guy back with 4 Atlanta Hawks, and he just kind of snuck in on the back door and converted it. Here it is again. The great outlet pass right over Eddie's head. Eddie trying to get back.
But could not. Timeout on the floor. 3:12 left, first quarter. Lakers 27, Hawks 13. 27-13 is our score. Los Angeles on top with 3:12 remaining in the first quarter. And they have done it with devastating fast break and a kamikaze-type defense. Boy, they've been all over the place.
You know, one of the big things I was expecting to miss without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the lineup was that good, crisp outlet. He does that better than anybody else in the league, but so far the rest of the front line of the Lakers has been doing it. One way to stop that is for the Hawks to score. Get the ball inside and score it and shut that transition game off.
Charlie Chris and Eddie Johnson to the front court for Atlanta with 3:07 remaining in the first quarter. Tom McMillan is checked in for the ailing Roundfield. Drew. Nope. Another perimeter jump shot. The Hawks are playing as if Kareem was in there. He isn't. Brewer. 6 for the Brew. His high for the year is 10. Great move by Eddie, and he got it again. He has 9. He is single-handedly keeping Atlanta as close as they are. And look at the hustle by Johnson on the other end.
Good job getting back that time by Eddie. That's the same one that yielded the dunk a few moments ago. Same play.
2:20 left first quarter. Wilkes can't buy it. Eddie eludes Brewer, and Atlanta heads the other way. 29-15 our score. Look at that play by Magic. Foul Hawes to Wilkes. Boy, I tell you, with Nixon and Johnson in the lineup, they got 2 guys that handle the ball like magicians.
Oh, it's still almost unbelievable that a guy 6'8" can be as quick as he is. Not just with the hands, but getting the ball up the floor. Complete control at all times by Magic Johnson.
Well, you got that one right. Paul Westhead would agree with you. He is in complete control. Wilkes makes the first and has 9. As does Michael Cooper.
You know, Westhead's a good coach. I got a feeling we'll see him back around in the league pretty soon. The best numbers guys in the game.
Los Angeles by 16. Kurt Rambis about to get into the game for Los Angeles. Offensive on McMillan pushing off. His first. And here's Kurt Rambis, a 6'8" rookie from Santa Clara. He's a free agent. And he may be the only guy left in the league that wears glasses instead of contact.
I think so. They're pretty high on him here in Los Angeles. He's a big kid, heady.
A minute 25 in the quarter. Nixon. Nope. Cooper again. What a pass. Well, Cooper has 11. His high for the year is 24. We're in the first quarter. 33-15.
For the Lakers, number 5, Eddie Jordan, replacing Norm Nixon.
What do we got here? We are perched high atop the forum, so... Oh, no. An illegal defense against the Lakers. Rollins is way out by the timeline. Nobody was with him. I don't think that qualifies under the rules.
That in itself, I don't know. We'll check that.
And the Hawks just continue to play horribly.
The key is trying to get that ball to the inside, and they're trying to run a double pick on the weak side of the board, and they're just not. The Lakers aren't allowing anybody to cut through.
Eddie Jordan, the former Met who played for Kevin Lockery, checks in to work on the back line. And shoots his jumper. And Rollins pulls it down. Eddie just simply fumbled it away, and here comes the track meet. 4-on-1 against Charlie. Look at that pass. Rambis missed the tip, and Atlanta very fortunate to escape there. And a foul on Cooper. Al Wood checks into the game.
And they were fortunate indeed on that last play. We'll see the good spin move by Magic to get it loose and head it up the floor. And then it's 4-on-1 time, and that I thought for sure was 2 points. You don't see Michael Cooper missing any of those.
Al Wood has it spiked out of bounds by that Cooper. Boy, he is something. 1 second left in the quarter, and a whistle on the inbounds pass. And a technical on Kevin Lockery, I believe.
Yeah, Kevin wanted to get the foul down in the corner on that block.
Kevin and Mike Mathis don't seem to see eye to eye, ever. Magic will shoot it at the other end.
How many seconds were on the clock?
It's a mystery voice in our telecast at the moment. I really don't know who that is. At any rate, Atlanta will inbound with 1 second left. And that's going to end the quarter. And a very, very impressive one, you might say, for Los Angeles. After 1 period of play, you score. The Lakers 34, the Hawks 15. Well, among the many interesting items to bring to your attention at this juncture is the fact that Los Angeles is 8 of 8 at the foul line, and the Hawks haven't shot a free throw. That is primarily because the Hawks are popping away from outside and no fouls are being called. Of the 5 starters for Atlanta, only 1 has scored. Eddie Johnson, who has 9 of the 15 Atlanta points. And so it's a little wonder the Hawks are down by 19 after a period of play. Another jump shot with the same result. And the Hawks get inside and get a 3-point play, or at least an opportunity for it.
So that's what has to happen. The Hawks have got to start playing. Well, we had another perimeter shot from Tommy Mack there, but somehow they've got to find a way to get the motion working toward the inside and take advantage of the fact that there's not Abdul-Jabbar in the middle.
So the Hawks' first free throw attempt of the night is unsuccessful. Rory Sparrow has returned for Atlanta with Wood and Rollins. and Drew and McMillan.
22.
Foul on Drew of Atlanta. You could hear him yelling for an offensive foul, but he got no satisfaction. The Lakers had 28 shots in the first quarter. The Hawks had 19. Atlanta shot 36%. The Lakers 46. Lakers out-rebounded Atlanta 17-7. Hawks had 11 turnovers, good for 12 Los Angeles points. As Ernie says, you can look it up. That's why it's 34-17, all those stats.
Yeah, you take those 12 points away, and it's a pretty close ball game.
Brewer wishes he hadn't done that. And Atlanta gets a rebound finally. Hawks down by 17 here with 11 minutes left in the quarter, and there's another turnover. Boy, that's 12.
I'll tell you, the Trees really fighting on that defensive board to get the ball up the court, too.
Jordan pops away from outside. And Rollins clears the rebound. He's far from 100%. Turnover number 13 is by Sparrow. Magic's just playing a little private game down there. He's not going to let anybody else play. It's 36-17. 13 turnovers, and we've only played a minute and a half of the second quarter. And there's number 14. They'll get one out of this. Wilkes.
Now, did you see how Magic did that? Looked one way, knew automatically there's another guy on his right side, another trailer, and he dishes it off. He knew it at the half-court circle.
The Lakers are playing like men possessed. Magic lost it out of bounds.
There's a great fake by Tree.
And as if they didn't have enough rebounds, here comes one of the best rebounders in basketball, Mark Landsberger, to give Brewer a rest. A 21-point Los Angeles lead. We've got 10 minutes left in the first half. Turnover number 15 and 4 straight for Atlanta in this quarter. Wilkes yet another basket, and this is a joke. 40-17 with 9:40 left in the half. Offense on True.
Oh, dear. Well, really tough to see what kind of call that is from our vantage point here. We'll take another look on the replay and see, but
it's a good call.
Yeah. J.D. worked hard to get inside, though. And that's exactly what the Hawks have to do. If you give up the offensive foul, then that's what you'll have to do, but the ball has to go inside.
Sam Pelham has checked in for Atlanta. Wilkes from way out in the parking lot. It went off Magic Johnson.
I'll take it.
Okay, Earl, you take it. And Atlanta heads the other way with 9:10 left in a first half that is incredible. Al Wood gets the driving basket. Again, Atlanta showed signs of getting somewhere close to the basket. Magic again. It's 40-19. I have never seen so many bad passes in a game in my life.
And they're happening out front. There we go.
George and Ken Brett.
Hi, George.
Hi, Mom.
Hey.
8:48 remaining. George seems to be sitting comfortably down there.
Long way from Kansas City.
40-19 is our score. I think that's 16 turnovers. I've sort of lost track.
You know, when the Hawks are able to run the offense, especially with Sam Pelham in there, he blocks up some room on that double pick to the weak side, and the Hawks have stayed with it, and it's worked a couple of times. The problem seems to be delivering the ball down to the backcourt.
The problem seems to be getting the ball across the midcourt line. We've had a little trouble doing that. Magic is taking it a little too easy now. This should result in an Atlanta basket, and does. Drew goes inside. John has 6 off the Atlanta bench. And a foul against Los Angeles. Kurt Rambis, the rookie, picks it up. Johnson leaves as Michael Cooper returns.
Here's JD's bread and butter. On the break, taking the baseline. He's glued to that thing. He does that very, very well. Hawks are going to need plenty more of that to get back into this game.
Lost Wilkes. It's spiked away by Cooper. Let's see who the foul is on. Surely not Cooper. It's on Landsberger.
Before the shot.
Now, they said he was in the act of shooting, and Drew will.
Will he get 2 out of it?
Yeah, shoots it.
Oh, he's got the right idea. Pushing the ball on the inside, and that's what's going to happen. You're not going to get fouls. You're not going to get the foul shot opportunities unless you're banging around inside the paint.
7:53 remaining in the first half. .22 the score. Landsberger not known for his shooting, but they've got it back again. Kareem who? No, they don't. Eddie Johnson. Cooper didn't let him have it, but didn't have a good angle, and wisely. Look at Nixon, what a pass. And Rambis gets the basket. They make you look like you're wading in the mud.
Yeah. Even Rambis, who's not known specifically for his feet, he hustles up and down the court pretty well.
Al Wood has the second hoop of the night. He flirted with an offensive foul. Now Atlanta beginning to at least execute a little bit on offense. But they're down by 16, 42-26. 6:50 remaining in our first half. Wilkes again. He only has 16 so far. 6:38 left in the half. It's 44-26.
You know, one of the bright spots for this Hawks on the road trip has been the play of Al Wood. He's getting more and more confidence with his shot. I bid him.
Atlanta's going to call a timeout, but watch
Look
this.
at that.
Isn't that beautiful? What athletic ability that is. Man. Timeout on the floor. 6:09 left in the half and your score. As you look at that again going out, because it bears plenty of repeating. Your score here, Lakers 46, Hawks 26.
Look at some of the zanier moments of professional basketball. Some things you may not see too often in life.
And no, we're not replaying the first half of this game. This is other zany things.
Don't get him, man.
There's Landsberger doing what he does best. Nixon leads the parade by Eddie. And now it's a 22-point lead. Nixon has his first points. I think they've scored them so quickly, I may have.
Yeah, he's got a mess of assists out there, though.
48-26. Shoot it, Al. He does. A Laker turnover. Maybe we've contaminated the court. 5:20 remaining in the half. Brewer and Magic about to return to work for Los Angeles. Al Wood again. He has equaled his pro high of 8 points. All in this quarter. 48-30 the score with 5:05 left. Rudy Macklin about to get back into the game. The Lakers really flattened out in the last 5 minutes or so. They haven't scored at all.
Al Wood's got 8 already, which is a new NBA high for him.
It equals his high that he got the other night in Denver. 4:51 remaining in the half.
The difference is he struggled for that 8 points, and tonight he's shooting the ball with authority. Much like he did at North Carolina. Complete confidence.
Rambis out of the game. Wilkes again, good again. Jamal has 18. It's 50-30. 4:40 left in the half.
It may be cliche, but the Hawks can't expect to get it all back at once. This is where poise is to show.
Look at that. That's 17 Atlanta turnovers. They're going to call goaltending. Nixon gets to it.
Didn't look like there was much question about that at all.
I think Sam's the guy that got to the ball.
Yeah.
Wood was up there, too. It's 52-30. 4:15 remaining in the half. And a foul. So there's a new throw high for Elwood.
Mike Cooper looks like he caught a shot in the chops now there during that sequence, but he's okay.
Third team foul on Los Angeles. Wood looks for his 11th point of the night in very limited playing time this year. He's 3 of 5 from the foul line. There's a break. See if Tommy can capitalize. Nope. And he finally did, or Cullum. They give it to McMillan. So the Hawks are within 18, 52-34, 3:55 left in the first half of play. Nick's nowhere near. May have been partially blocked. And the Hawks can move to within 16 with 3.5 minutes left in the first half of play. Magic again. On his way down, got the outlet pass out of there. And it's target practice again for Wilkes. It's going to occur to somebody to play his jump shot here pretty soon because he hasn't missed one in a while. He's got 20 and it's 54-34.
You know, it's amazing this guy's shooting 52-53% from shots from that range.
Wood beats Magic, but he made him change it enough to miss it, and Wilkes the rebound. Pelham got a piece of that. Foul on Nixon.
No basket. Foul on Nixon.
That's a good job by Eddie Johnson. Not many guys are going to be able to get away once a guy with the speed of Nixon gets his hand on the ball.
Los Angeles is going to call a timeout here as you look at their coach, Pat Riley, a former NBA broadcaster, by the way. Timeout on the floor, 2:41 left first half, and your score. Los Angeles 54, Atlanta 34.
Oh.
Well, Catherine, Merry Christmas from Bruce and all of us. 2:41 remaining in the first half. It's 54-34. Very good friend. Not just a good friend. Huh? Interesting. McMillan inbounds to Sparrow, and here we go. Rory is checked, double team, turnover number 18. Unofficially, but that's close enough.
A bunch.
Kareem is probably sitting over there saying, what in the world's going on here? I make all this money, they don't need me. Brewer with a tip. Brewer has 8-2 away from his season's high of 10. We've got 2 minutes left in the first half. The Hawks are playing horrible basketball. But if that bothers you watching and bothers us broadcasting, as McMillan has a shot blocked, and it goes off Al Wood, and that's 19 turnovers. And look at him rush it in, and Cooper comes up with it in the front court. Think how the players must feel. They know this game's being televised all over the country.
And nobody wants to break out of this slump worse than they do.
And they're not getting beat tonight. They're just getting absolutely destroyed. That's Norm Nixon. It's 58-34. Kevin and his coaching staff and his players would like to crawl right under the forum floor and hide till it's time to fly to Indiana.
I'll tell you what, the Lakers are playing a pretty good game themselves, though, out there.
Oh,
very
yeah,
aggressive.
They really came to play tonight. That was a great pass, but it surprised Wilkes. 1:08 left. The Lakers by 24, and Sparrow, yes, Rory has his first points. The first points any Atlanta starter other than Eddie Johnson has scored in the game. Hawes, Roundfield, and Macklin are empty. Away from the ball, a pretty good collision. Cooper is hurting, and Wilkes just made an incredible touch. 22 for Wilkes. His high for the year is 33. We're in the first half. 60-36. Sparrow again. Good again. Rory has hit 2 in a row. And this time the track meet is not in order, and they walk it up the floor. 10 seconds left. They play for the final shot in the half. 5. Well, you see the time. This is Nixon. Oh. And on that note, the first half comes to a close. At the intermission, your score, unbelievably enough, Los Angeles 62, Atlanta 38. That's not bad. Norm Nixon has 8 points, as does Jim Brewer. Kurt Rambis has scored 2, and Eddie Jordan, Mark Landsberger played and failed to score. For Atlanta, the way has been led by Eddie Johnson, who has scored 11. 10 for Al Wood, all in the second quarter of play. John Drew has 7 Atlanta points. 4 for Charlie Chris, 4 for Rory Sparrow, 2 points for Tom McMillan, and Tree Rollins, Sam Pelham, Steve Hawes, Dan Roundfield, Rudy Macklin have all played, and all.
The Lakers over 50%. Hawks 43% is much better, improved in the second quarter. They shot only 38% in that first period. Free throw percentage, the Lakers are perfect, while the Hawks have hit but 25%. Rebounds, a big edge here for the Los Angeles Lakers, 29-18, 11 offensive rebounds for the Lakers, but 6 for the Atlanta Hawks. Another big factor, the Hawks have turned the ball over 19 times and have given up 22 points through those turnovers. The Lakers have given it up but 9 times and have yielded 11 points, but they have been off and running the entire game. Also, steals a big factor. 11 for the Lakers, a mess of those going to Magic Johnson, but 6 for the entire Atlanta Hawks. Only thing that seems to be close is the foul category, both teams with 8. And there's no question the Hawks have a lot of work to do to get back in this ball game if they're going to, number 1, cutting down the turnovers, and number 2, getting on the defensive boards. We'll be back to talk about the second half of action.
I think we're out of commercials, aren't we?
Oh.
We're out of commercials, right? No break. Okay.
So we'll stay here and talk about the second half of action.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
And we'll also, because the score is 62-38, talk about some other things. We'll talk about the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets making their first Omni appearance of the year against the Bulldogs of Georgia on Monday, December 28th. Tickets on sale at all Seats outlets. And then the Outlaws and Blackfoot come to the Omni the next night, Tuesday, December 29th, for one performance only. And gifts galore, highlighted by a package of 2 Super Bowl tickets, hotel accommodations, 2 round-trip airfares, and $200 in expense money will be given away on Monday, January 18th, when the Clark College Panthers take to the Omni Court against Morris Brown's Wolverines. Tickets for this game, all Omni events really, on sale at all Seats locations, including all Rich's stores throughout the metro Atlanta area. And the third quarter about to begin. Larry Krieger, the assistant to the commissioner of the Continental Basketball Association, dropping by to say hello. Larry, a former Laker assistant coach, by the way. CBA playing pretty good basketball, and a lot of graduates of that league have matriculated to the NBA. Well, here we go to the third quarter. We know it can't get any worse, and hopefully it'll get a whole heck of a lot better. Eddie and Rory and McMillan and Macklin and Hawes for Atlanta. That means Roundfield is through for the night.
Well, I'll tell you, I bet that locker room scene was grim for Atlanta.
Oh. If it wasn't, then we really got problems. And the first jump shot of the third quarter does us no good. Look at that. I tell you what, they are playing as good as you can play. If they weren't a little sloppy with the basketball themselves, they'd be perfect. 64-38.
Well, this is the kind of basketball that brought this Laker team a world championship a couple of seasons ago.
Rory. And Rudy can't buy one, but a foul.
I got 52.
It's on Wilkes. His second. Look at this great pass.
Oh, that was super. Magic Johnson, again, knowing where everybody's at on the floor at the time. Right there, we'll see it. Just wasted no time whatsoever. Shot it straight on the inside. Such a great deal of teamwork and cohesion on this Laker ball club.
Macklin made the first free throw. Now tries again. Rudy has his first point of the night. So the Hawks now have got 9 points out of a small forward position, only 2 out of the big forward position. No points at all out of the pivot. 64-40 the score.
Hawks showing pressure in the backcourt now.
And somehow McMillan winds up playing Norm Nixon. Now they get that switched around. And nobody got to Magic in time, but he missed the shot. 10:45 left third quarter. Hawks down by 24. Look at that play. They're going to call goaltending, and I don't really think it was. Eddie gets the hoop, and he has 13.
That was a good crisp outlet by Steve Haas to get the break started. Now we'll get a look and see. Is it on its way down?
I don't think so. Back live, Wilkes finally missed a jump shot, proving that he is human. Haas looks for his first point. Nope. They do it without Mitch Kupchak, who's broken a leg and is out for 10 weeks. Nixon again. And without Kareem, who has some ankle problems, will miss 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, they're not expecting him back until next Friday. The way they're playing now, who cares?
Rory Sparrow puts it down. 66-44. Hawks go to their double team. They have little choice but to gamble.
Watch Cooper.
Play real crazy is what they must do if they're to get back into this game. I'd say the most underrated guy on the Lakers team is that Michael Cooper. Boy, he makes so much happen. Offensive foul, Los Angeles. Cooper picks up his second foul of the offensive variety. No team foul. Hawks can move back to within 20. And do just that as McMillan connects for his second basket of the evening. But at the other end, it's a layup for Wilkes, and he has 26.
When these guys get out on the wing, it's tough to keep up with.
How can you be second best in the league in defense and play the 3 games the Hawks played on this trip? It's inconceivable. Two on the shot clock. Sparrow got it away just in time and made the hoop. Hawks even getting a few rebounds now. They're playing better, but
yeah,
they spotted these guys an awful lot. Eddie with another jump shot has 15, and the Lakers call timeout. So the Hawks show a little life. Timeout on the floor. 8:36 left third quarter, and your score: Los Angeles 68 and Atlanta 50. And play about to resume here.
Andy Roundfield's got his street clothes on now. He's through for today, obviously.
Hopefully he'll be back with us on Tuesday when we televise from Indiana at 7:35. The weather is lovely there, we understand, and we head there early in the morning. 8:25 remaining, third quarter. Nixon one-on-one with Sparrow. And suddenly the Lakers get no offensive rebounds, and here comes Eddie. Can't get inside at all. Now they do. Offensive foul, I think, on Sparrow.
Must have been an elbow, I don't know. Not much of a foul.
7:55 remaining. Tom McMillan is called for this one. So the Lakers get it on the side once more. 7:48 left, third quarter. Nixon, boy, is. After a slow start, a scoreless first quarter, he is getting it together. He's got 12 now.
There's very little you can do to stop a shot like that with the guy running and jumping away from him.
The Lakers lack the defensive intensity they had earlier in the game, and Macklin gets his first hoop of the night. He has 4 points. It's 70-52. An official's timeout. There's something on the ball that should not be there.
Gaylord
stick him or something on there.
Is Gaylord Perry around someplace?
Well, he's not playing for us if he is. Gaylord's down in North Carolina tonight taking care of the farm. Boy, he's dead. Jamal Wilkes. Nope. And the Hawks can move back to within 16. Maybe we can lull them to sleep here. An offensive rebound and a basket for Atlanta, and suddenly the Hawks are playing like the Hawks we know and love. Terrible shot by Cooper. Now the Hawks can move to within 14. It's 2-on-2. Nixon hits the bottom of the basket again. He's got 14. 72-54 with 6:20 left, third quarter.
Rudy Macklin's really come alive on the boards. He's playing much more aggressively in the second half.
And he drew the foul from Wilkes.
Good job giving Wilkes the head and shoulder fake, and this guy is a cagey veteran. You don't get him up off the ground very often. Rudy's got such a quick release that fools a lot of the veterans and rookies alike.
And Rudy shoots 2 for Atlanta. 6:10 left, third quarter. They put up on the message board here a forum welcome to Mr. and Mrs. Vince Ferragamo, and that is greeted with mixed reviews. I think all the Angelinos are cheering and all the Canadians here for Christmas are booing. Macklin makes 1 out of 2. Lakers, by the way, have not shot a free throw since the first quarter. Now that I've said that, it'll be a 2-shot opportunity for Wilkes. Hawes got him.
Well, the Hawks are pushing him outside, much the same as the Lakers did in the first half to Atlanta, denying the inside passing lanes.
Wilkes obviously upset that he missed that free throw, and he tries again. He has 27, and the Lakers are 9 out of 10. 6 minutes left. It's an 18-point Los Angeles game. They led by 24 at halftime. Led by as many as 26. Macklin, and all of a sudden Rudy has come alive here. He's got a 9-point quarter, and it's a 16-point game. .5:35 left in our third quarter, and away from the ball, a whistle and a foul on Sparrow. His second. Third Atlanta team foul, and the Lakers inbound on the side with 5.5 minutes remaining. Macklin, another rebound. There's turnover number 21 for Atlanta. Cooper with a finger roll. Michael has 15. 75-57 Los Angeles. 5:10 left, third quarter. Landsberger about to come to work for the Lakers to try to get the rebounding back the way it was early in the game. Hawes against the Magic Man. Nowhere near. Oh, what a pass. No foul, a break for Atlanta. And a warning to Magic Johnson for jumping around.
And a good defensive job by Rudy Macklin. You just can't let the guy go in and score unmolested. Stop him before he gets there.
I think he honestly thought he was taking a foul to prevent the basket, but it didn't work out like that. Nixon again. Not this time. Look at that Landsberger work. No foul there either. Strange things going on here. McMillan puts it away. The Hawks are back to within 16 at 75-59. 4:25 remaining in the third quarter.
Well, nobody's back.
Michael Cooper again. They have had a great night shooting the ball.
Great steal by Brewer on the inbounds pass.
An all too familiar sight tonight. So the Lakers can go up by 20 again if they convert here. There's their hottest man. It went off Landsberger, and the ball and a technical on Landsberger as well. That's a very unnecessary technical. But that's Earl Strom for you.
It's little things like that that could help the Hawks get back in. Said shucks.
Nothing personal about that. If every time somebody said that in a basketball game they called it technical, we'd still be at opening night. That gets Hawes off the shutout here, his first point of the evening, and now Atlanta is within 17, and Al Wood has checked in. The team with Eddie Johnson on the back line with Pelham, Hawes, and Macklin up front. 3:45 left third quarter. Pelham will shoot two. Landsberger hit with that foul. Mark getting double teamed here by the official.
Here's Sam making his move on Landsberger. Sam's not the quickest guy in the league, but Landsberger's even slower, so he's taking advantage of that. But boy, is he strong.
Pelham has his first point of this Sunday evening. Tries again. Brewer the rebound. It's a 16-point Los Angeles game. It was 24 at halftime. Cooper fading and firing. Not a good percentage shot. Brewer missed the tip. And here come the Hawks, and they can move to within 14, which is realistic. And they do just that as Pelham does a good job. Cooper. Three men are on the deck. No foul is called. The basket goes, and Pelham may be hurt.
Oh, he went down in a heap, and he's not getting up.
Atlanta gets a 20-second timeout. That's got to be something on somebody, doesn't it?
Yeah, Al Wood, it seems as though, got the foul, and then the momentum of the body contact seemed to carry him through. We'll take another look here. And then Sam gets submarined and heads to the floor, but there were two guys back, and Al was trying to make up his mind who he ought to pick up. Now he realizes it's Cooper. Sam's going for the block, and everybody ends up in a heap underneath. Boy, that's dangerous.
Atlanta has called a timeout. Pelham appears to be all right. Timeout on the floor, and your score, Los Angeles now 79, Atlanta 63. January 9th marks the second Schlitz College night of the year in the Army. College students get a $2 discount on $7.50 tickets at the Omni ticket windows the night of the game. And the college youngsters also receive Schlitz College Night T-shirts. That's January 9th. Game time 7:35 at the Omni, and Eddie Johnson brings it up for the Hawks, who trail by 16. Magic again. He is aptly nicknamed. He's made a believer out of me.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
He is not a good jump shooter. He's better with that kind of thing. Oh, not this time. And Hawes had the rebound. Landsberger contests for it. Ought to give the ball to the Lakers.
Well, Magic Johnson has never been on a losing basketball team. A lot of these guys, Jamal Wilkes, formerly Keith Wilkes, has never been on the losing club, dating back to high school.
Nixon again. And it's 81-63, and Nixon, who was scoreless in the first quarter, has 16 now, with 2:05 left in the third. Eddie sweeps it up there, but gets no satisfaction. Neither does Pelham. And then somebody got it in there. I'll give it to Macklin. Nixon, not this time. Knock loose, but Eddie Johnson uses his great quickness. Wood left it short and was fouled as he followed it up. So the Hawks with a chance to move to within 14.
Yeah, Al Wood's making a big difference out here tonight. As I said earlier, he's playing with a lot of confidence. Watch him get right back up after the shot. Tip it. Landsberger hacking him across the left shoulder.
Third foul on Landsberger. Hawes departs. McMillan in. Steve has just had one of those nights.
You know, everybody's been waiting for Al Wood to arrive. #1 draft choice out of North Carolina. Big things expected from him. And every day he comes closer.
They're still betwixt and between as to a position for him. Al has 12. The Hawks are within 14. They've made up 10 to this point in the third quarter, and they have a chance now to have that Laker lead down to 12 as they bring it up again. And at least it is, no matter how this game works out, it is good to see the Atlanta team playing with a certain amount of poise and dedication here after that disgraceful first half. Wood had that rejected, got it right back, and lost it again. Pelham in desperation. Nixon walks. And the Lakers are sort of opening the door here. If Atlanta can just step through it, they can be right back in this game. Again, they can move to within 12. And a 12-point lead after 3 quarters is better than being behind by 12, but
it's erasable. It takes some work. It's
it happens all the time in this league. McMillan gets the open jump over Brewer, but it will not fall. And as they battle for the rebound, a foul on Los Angeles. On Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson, third personal foul. And the fifth Laker team foul.
It's bonus time for Atlanta. Macklin will shoot 2.
For the Hawks, number 2 are Sparrow.
Sparrow back in. Eddie Johnson out for a rest. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar looks on. And Kurt Rambis again out of Santa Clara gives Jim Brewer a rest. The Lakers got so far, you see it all the time, they got so far in front, not deliberately, but unconsciously, they let up a little bit. Sometimes when you do that, you can't get that momentum back. Here comes package trouble. Jamal Wilkes returns to Atlanta.
I think Kevin Lockery likes the matchup of Wood on Cooper, but even so, Cooper's out of the game now, but almost seems like there are 2 of him, one on each end of the floor. He moves up and down so quickly.
13 for Macklin. 81-69. We're in the closing minute of the third quarter, and the Hawks are right back in the ball game, which is amazing when you start to think about it. There's traveling on Nixon, and now the Lakers are playing this third quarter like the Hawks played the first 2.
That's a couple of walks on Nixon in the last couple of moments here.
Now Atlanta can move to within 10, which is better than 12. So there's Landsberger again. Boy, he is. To me, unbeknownst to me, Ernie Johnson is here at the game tonight and entertaining at midcourt. I can tell by that haircut. That's the fellow they call the Peanut Man here, and that isn't. That is a #1 draft choice. You sure are. Well, Wood to the foul line. And Al makes the first. He has a pro high of 13 in this thing. It's 93-74. And Eddie Jordan heads the other way with his team on top by 18. Cooper against Macklin. Good block by Eddie Johnson, and he comes out of there with the ball. Foul on Jordan, tripping Johnson inadvertently in the backcourt as he went for the steal.
Now we'll see it again. Toe to toe.
Loose ball foul. Each team has 2 of those. And a foul as Wood delivers the hoop. Al with 16.
Sometimes it fires up a team when a coach goes to bat for you and gets kicked out. It happens a lot in baseball when the manager is kicked out. We'll see if the Hawks can hang in there and play with that intensity and see if they can climb back into this thing a little bit better.
Well, time is their enemy now, though they still have a chance. They're down 16 with 8:15 left.
It takes a big effort.
Landsberger again. Jordan, nobody was near him. They should have given perhaps a warning there, and I wish they had, for he was all alone and put it away. It's 95-77 with 7:55 left in the game. Jordan missed the steal by an eyelash.
Jordan's playing with some fire now.
Atlanta had only 4 turnovers in the third quarter after amassing 19 in the first half. Eddie with a great move. He leads the Hawks with 17, 7:40 remaining. 16-point game again. Wilkes forced that. And Al Wood's got an open floor, but he's got Cooper to contend with. It'll be a foul. Boy, what an athlete that Cooper is.
I've seen him block those and get away with it without the foul, too. Al trying the cuddle dunk underneath. Great outlet pass from Steve Hawes, too. He kicked it right out of there. Oh, you talk about Cooper being a great athlete. Wow.
Must have gotten him with the body, for the block was a clean one.
Yeah.
Wood, a good shooter, has struggled at the foul line. He's 4 out of 7 tonight. And 7 out of 12 on the year. Al with 17. Now he and Eddie Johnson are tied for scoring on.
Well, they said the coaching move here was made to put some more excitement into the Laker offense, and they certainly have done that.
Good job by Pelham on Landsberger, but the Lakers inbound on the end line. Magic will come back to work.
Here's Sam straight up.
And now Jim Brewer back in the game as well, along with Magic.
Yeah, you like to see when a guy blocks a shot to try to just get a piece of it and keep it in play.
You know, the Lakers have 2 ex-NBA broadcasters, Sharman, their general manager, and Pat Riley. Al Wood with the block. Good play by Al. And the Hawks can move to within 13, and there's time of plenty. Get hot, Steve. You do. No. Good job by Eddie. And a foul on Jordan, and it's bonus time for Atlanta. Tell you what, this thing isn't over yet. The Hawks have committed only 2 team fouls. That's the 5th on Los Angeles, so from now on, it's penalty time as Atlanta goes to the line.
So now the Hawks really need to try to jam it inside and get to the line as many times as they can. Well, you were talking about Bill Sharman a few minutes ago. Isn't he one of the very, very few people in basketball history to play for a championship team, coach a championship team, and be in the front office of a championship team also?
Yeah, it could be at that. 95-82. This is as close as Atlanta has been. But the great Magic Johnson pass frees Cooper yet again, and he has 21. 6:40 remaining. 97-82. Good look by Eddie, and Wood blew the layup, and Pelham followed up. 5 for Sam. Again, a 13-point difference. And we are yet to reach the midway point in the final quarter. 6:10 remaining. 10 on the shot clock. Wilkes drew the foul and will shoot 2. He was in the act of shooting. Nixon in and a Jordan out for Los Angeles. Well, they call the foul on Pelham. And Wilkes shoots 2 and can go for a new NBA high if he converts them both.
That play looked like an Atlanta play with the double pick that the Hawks were running in the first half and then sneaking Magic around on the weak side.
Wilkes has missed 3 from the foul line. That's the only thing he's done wrong tonight. He's 5 out of 8. 6:03 remaining. And he's equaled his NBA high of 34. 98-84 the score.
They've got some fine shooting teams in this division. Excuse me, Skip.
Yeah, I think it's the toughest division overall in the NBA. Norm Nixon called for the foul. His second. So now Atlanta can move to within 12. But only 5:50 remains. That's enough time if you can get it going. You know, the difficult thing, just to get philosophical for a moment, about the current NBA schedule, the good basketball fans here in Los Angeles, I will talk about it in a moment. Right now, a break in the action. Los Angeles calls timeout. Timeout on the floor, 5:50 left, and your score, Los Angeles 98, Atlanta 86. 5:50 remaining. You look at the scoring leaders. I started to say, I don't know how many of this crowd, which I think they announced at around 14,000 in Los Angeles, came out here specifically to see Dan Roundfield, but I know some of them did because Roundfield, one of the premier forwards in all of basketball. I'm talking about the real basketball junkies, the real fans. And it's a shame it's the only chance all year the fans in Los Angeles get to watch Dan Roundfield in person. And though he played a couple of minutes in this game, he might have just as well have been in Atlanta, really. He was unable to perform like Dan Roundfield, and that's one difficulty with the schedule as it now exists.
Yeah, it saves money, but the one trip west to each city and the one trip east for that team doesn't give you much of a look.
Yeah, if this game were in in Atlanta tonight, think how many fans would be disappointed about Kareem. People who planned ahead, and good play there by Brewer. Got their tickets in advance to have good tickets, and a guy is legitimately injured. That's on Eddie Johnson. And it creates a bad taste in the fans' mouth. Not that it's anybody's fault, but they laid out the money specifically for one reason, and they get no satisfaction because that guy can't play.
Yeah. They just have to watch us.
Well, tonight, I don't know if that's... They're going to call that on Wilkes. So now Atlanta can move to within 10.
Yeah. As we take a look at this last play, you know, this is a very big trip down the floor for the Atlanta Hawks. They could get the lead down to 10, and that's a lot easier to deal with psychologically than 25 or 15 or anything like that.
Wilkes hooked with the right arm as he spun to the hoop. Hawes still doesn't have a basket, but he does now. Steve with 3, and it's a 10-point ball game with 4:55 remaining.
Now it's within reach for the Hawks.
Kupchak and Kareem missing for Los Angeles. Roundfield and Rollins and Wes Matthews now missing for Atlanta. No whistle there, and an offensive foul on Michael Cooper. So now Atlanta can move to within 8, and the Lakers are stinking it out here after a brilliant first half.
Get a look at that last play. Cooper will come storming in on the right side. Rudy Macklin trying to deny him position to the bucket, and there's Sam getting on the inside. And Cooper just comes down across his chops and gets called for it.
Hawks were very fortunate there. Wilkes was tripped on his drive to the basket and should have been shooting 2 for Los Angeles. So let's see if Hawes can take advantage of the good fortune for the Atlanta team. Oh, he is. I know how upset he is. He's a good competitor, and he's just having a dreadful night. That's his 4th point of the evening. It's a 9-point game with 4.5 minutes left. Hawks trailed by 26 in the 3rd quarter. The Magic Man shoots 2.
Oh, man. Sam smiling about that one. He thought he had all ball on the way down.
That was the former Kentucky standout, Pat, right?
He took a big chance becoming a coach here. He gave up a pretty good career in broadcasting for something that might not have been such a sure thing, but he's done well so far.
Well, I don't know what you're making, but they pay coaches a little more than most sports that are.
I think you're right.
Of course, you cable news guys make all the money anyway. That's why the rest of us are starving. CBS. Chris Curl and Don Farmer make more than the rest of the TBS staff combined. That's right, they got to do premieres, too. Tough break for Atlanta. The ball wound up on the line. You got another Atlanta turnover, and we're getting close to 30. It's an 11-point game with 3:58. And Los Angeles running a little clock each time down. Now Magic can't buy it. Hawes the rebound, and Atlanta can get back to within 9 points. Wood for 3. Oh, just left it short. Not a bad idea, really. 3:35 left.
Magic's letting the air out of it now.
Little did Sam Pelham know when this game started he'd wind up guarding Magic Johnson. Macklin finally an Atlanta rebound. Boy, they're letting it go. There's a lot of banging in this game. 3:08 left. 189. The Hawks have held Los Angeles 38 points in the second half. Al Wood again. Boy, it just won't fall for him. And Brewer does his job, and the foul is on Al Wood. And it's bonus time at both ends now. Tell you what, the Hawks had a couple of chances to get right back into it, but the shot would not drop.
And how many times do you see it that after a guy, and especially a young guy, not taking anything away from Al, but you get frustrated after missing a couple of shots like that, and then the ball comes your way and you go for it, and you end up fouling somebody, getting yourself in more trouble than you wanted to be in.
Same thing that happens to young radio announcers reading commercials. Live commercials, they make one mistake. You can hear them as you drive across the country. And we all did it. Make one mistake and get so mad at yourself that you just butcher the rest of the thing to the point that nobody knows what you're talking about.
Least of all you, while you're doing it.
I'm certainly getting philosophical tonight. I think it's age. Oh, good play there. And Cooper comes out of there with the ball. He's in a mess. He's knocked out of bounds, and a foul will be called on Atlanta, I am sure. And it looks really tough for Atlanta now.
See where the push is.
Take your pick.
Yep.
It's right there on Macklin.
Cooper sandwich.
Well, the Atlanta defense has finally gotten straightened away in the second half of this game. But the offense has let us down throughout the evening. Only 38 points in the first half. A good third quarter with 31. But only 20 points here in the final quarter. And we're down to 2:37. The Lakers keep fiddling around here, missing, however.
And it's encouraging after the last couple of games where the Hawks played well in the first half and then ended up getting blown out in the second half. Tonight they played poorly in the first half and then fought their way back in this thing with a lot of heart.
It's desperation time when you do that, but the Hawks have little choice with only, well, now only 57 seconds remaining. And prohibition has returned on this trip. No cocktail hour again tonight. At least not.
This one's pretty much stew.
40 seconds are all that remain. Nixon again. And they have just drilled the jumpers all night, and the Hawks have not. And that's as easy a way to sum this game up as any. Lakers by 15 again. Wood tries another one for 3. And Hawes draws a foul and shoots 2 with only 24 seconds left. Well, we'll greet you again on Tuesday night at 7:35 from Indiana Market Square Arena. The Hawks and Pacers will get together. Our final telecast prior to the holiday season. And the Hawks' next home game, the 30th, a Wednesday night against the San Diego Clippers at the Omni. Poor Steve. He's played hard, but offensively just nothing has happened for him.
I don't think I've ever seen Hawes play a game where he didn't give 110, though.
And now Los Angeles need not take another shot. Well, there's a new pro high for Wilkes, 36. 4, 3, 2, 1. They're going to count it, and a new pro high for Michael Cooper as well as the game comes to an end. And your final score from the Forum in a game that was decided in the first 24 minutes. Lakers won 12, Hawks 94. Totals and highlights after this. Well, the Hawks lost this game in the first quarter when they were outscored 34-15, a quarter in which they committed 11 turnovers. They led once in the game. Eddie Johnson hit a three-point basket in the first minute to give them a 3-2 lead. After that, it was all Los Angeles. And though the Hawks played better in the second half, in fact, outscored the Lakers 56-50, it was just too much of a margin to overcome. They trailed by 24 at halftime, and they lose at 112-94, their third loss in a row. At least the defense played like the Atlanta defense in the second half, and really for the first time on this trip. Unofficially, the Lakers 16 of 21 at the foul line. The Hawks 21 out of 30. Atlanta again led by Eddie Johnson with 23. Al Wood a career high of 17. Rudy Macklin had 15, and again only 3 Hawks in double figures. So had 8 points. Sam Pelham 7. 7 more for John Drew. Charlie Chris had 4. Steve Hawes an off night with 5. Roundfield tried to play, couldn't, failed to score. The same is true of Rollins. Charlie Chris played very little in the game, had only 4. Drew played very little and may not have played at all, come to think of it, in the second half, and we're way on top of the Forum. I don't know if he got hurt or what. For the Lakers, Michael Cooper, a career-high 26. Jamal Wilkes, a career-high 36. Norm Nixon, 23. There's the bulk of their scoring. Magic Johnson was absolutely brilliant, though he scored only 11 points. Jim Brewer had 8. Landsberger had 4, and Jordan and Rambus 2 each. And it was an enjoyable ball game for a basketball aficionado, especially the way the Lakers played the first half. But the Hawks' problems, Fred, continue to mount.
Yeah, they do. And on top of that, tonight the Lakers came out fired up. It's a characteristic with them. If the big fella's not in the middle, somebody's missing. Everybody else seems to pick it up. And I think that's because these are such role players on this team. As we talked about Wilkes throughout the course of the ball game, he doesn't shoot the ball a whole lot when Kareem's in there, but when he's called on to do it, he does. Magic is called on to go to the boards, and he does that very well also. They played with a lot of intensity tonight. And the Hawks played a little bit better than I think they have on this entire road trip by showing that they do have the gumption and the courage to fight their way back into a ball game, though they did come up on the short end.
And still at all, I know Kevin Lockery, his staff, and the players are upset with the embarrassing way they played in the first half, and that's what cost them the ball game. Well, 112-94, the final. We'll try to make this trip something other than a total disaster on Tuesday night at 7:35 when we greet you from the Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. Now for Fred Hickman and our producer Dick Dodson, our associate producer Joan Hagel, Skip Carey from the Forum in Los Angeles. So long, everybody.
Atlanta Hawks basketball has been brought to you by Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. By Toyota, who invite you to see all the 1982 Toyota cars and trucks at your local dealer. Oh, what a feeling to drive a Toyota. By your Coca-Cola bottler. Drink ice-cold Coke and work or play with a smile. By the people of Eastern Airlines, who believe we have to earn our wings every day. By Canon, so advanced, Canon is the world's leader in 35mm photography. And by Cable News Network, the world's only 24-hour live news television network.